Hello and welcome to VitoshAcademy for another really quick YouTube video. This time it would be on dot product and I'll try to keep it short in around 10 minutes. So let's start without further ado. What is this thing, dot product? I'm using here, just as an example, the book Holland Maths for Programmers. So pretty much the dot product is an inner product that takes two vectors and returns a scalar. So pretty much if you see these two vectors and u and v, you can see that somehow without even knowing them, this is how much their product is, around 20. Here you see again these vectors u and v, you can see that their dot product is around 4. Here you see these vectors u and v and you can see that their dot product is negative, and the same with these two in figure 23. You can see that this dot product is also negative. And finally here, you can see that the dot product is a 0 between this u and v. So what we can say pretty much, we can say that the dot product, just by these 5 examples so far, we can say that this dot product is pretty much a measurement of how aligned two vectors are. If they are really aligned, their dot product is positive for sure. Bigger vectors, more positive. Smaller aligned vectors, not so positive. Not aligned vectors, and by aligned I mean with degree bigger than 90 degrees, obviously. It's negative, and one tiny vector, one bigger one, so one with a smaller magnitude and one with a bigger magnitude, minus 257. And of course, the last, dot product between perpendicular vector is a 0. Let's go into a bit more details here. So in the details, I have already created a Jupyter notebook for you. We are importing a few libraries, then declaring 6 vectors, which you can easily see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, actually vector 5 and vector 1 are pretty much overlapping. That's why you cannot see them, but they are here. You only see vector 5. You see them plotted. You see them pretty much enumerated with angles and everything else. You can play with these things here if you feel like it. For example, to make these the vertical line or the horizontal line a bit thicker, if you think that this would actually bring something, then yeah, gray is a nice one. The line style is actually a good one. Let's pretty much see what we have out of this picture. Out of this picture, we see the 6 vectors, 2 of which are overlapping, obviously, this one and this one. And what we can do is pretty much we can easily say how much is the dot product, np dot. This is the quick way to calculate it. And we can see that the purple one, vector 5, and the orange one are obviously j hat and I hat, and these two should return a 0. Yeah, the aligned one, which is the blue one, which is vector 1, and it is invisible because it is vector 5. How do I know this? Because I see that these one are pretty much the same. These two should be vector 1 and not vector 2, but vector 1 and vector 5 should return 1. And last but not least, vector 5 and vector 6 should return minus 1. So how do we actually calculate these vectors and this dot product? That's a really good question. In order to answer it, let's see the dot product between the green and the red one, which are vector 3 and vector 4. So vector 3, vector 4. And we see something interesting here, which is 0.28. Forget about this thing. This is another story. So just consider it 0.28 minus 0.28. So the fact that it's a minus tells us that it's not 90 degrees here, but it's something else. So what exactly happened? Pretty much we can calculate 0.6 times 0.6, and we can calculate it with 0.8 times minus 0.8. This is how we do it. X times x from this one times x from this one, y from this one times y from that one. So let's see. Times 6 times 6 and times 8 times 8 with a minus. Okay, and we can see that the difference between these two is actually minus 28. Do not pay attention to these zeros here, they are there for float arithmetics. So what can we do in order to give to make a vector that is perpendicular to the green one? That's a good question. Well, we can start calculating pretty much. That's what we can do. And actually, even without calculation, we can use something really funny. We can say vector, what was it? Vector 3 x the same as 0.608, should be like this, but it will not be 0.608, it would be 0.806 exactly. And I'm simply going to plot it there so you can see what's going on, and I'm going to put a minus, of course. So what I did is, okay, I'll just call it V31 so it's a bit visible. I reversed the coordinates, the x and y, and then I put a minus in front of one of them. Let's plot it somewhere here, and it's obviously V31 unless it's not. Why is it not plotted? Let's quickly see. Okay, V31. That's a good one. Why we don't see it? Oh, it's written as V7. Okay. This is how we do it. Yeah. Cover C plus string. Okay, level vector plus, yeah. I'm just thinking how to recalculate it, because I mean it's taking obviously the I plus 1, so it is better if I simply remove everything but V3, V31, and then V4. Just put it this way: V3, V31 and V4, which in my case would be V1 would be V3, V31 would be V2, and V4 would be V3. Yep, this is how we get it, vector. I mean, so yes, this is our new vector, the orange one, the middle one, and it is obvious that these two vectors are doing a dot product of 0. How can we prove it? MP dot, and we get V3 comma V31 dot product of 0. That's pretty much what the dot product is. And if we use the other one here, V4, we would see minus 2.8, because here the degree is bigger than 90 degrees. Interesting what will happen between the orange one and the green one, pretty much between vector 4, which is the green one, and vector 31, which is the orange one. Yeah, it's really close to 1, but not that close. So, long story short, thank you for watching, and let me know whether you learned actually something from this one and whether you prefer this type of quick videos. which I would like to code them on the spot, but I'm not sure whether you really think so. Yeah, let me know what you think about this and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.